Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I will be your host, Thrones, bringing you another role-playing build known as the Gravestake Collector. My builds in a nutshell are role-playing builds. They are not intended for veteran content, they are not intended for trials, they are not min-maxed, and they are not supposed to be min-maxed. So, yeah. If you're trying to go min-maxing, this thing is not for you. This is for pure fun purposes and questing around. Having a fun build which is thematic, which fits into the world of ESO or Nern. So yeah, also it's not that much, but I'm trying. Anyways, the Gravestake Collector, it has to be an Argonian, and it has to be a Necromancer. For those reasons, yeah, I was inspired by this one guy on the last video on a druid, I guess. Someone was complaining that there are not enough Argonian builds, so I'm gonna slap out quite a bit of Argonians. This is gonna be the first one. The inspiration was mostly because of the new witch event, so going with the more Halloween themed. So this Argonian is going to be a Necromancer. It's going to be around a set called Gravestake, and it's going to be around dead people around. So yeah. Anyways, for the build or for the character, as I said, we are going full stamina. We're an Argonian, because Argonians and Gravestake, and yeah, we're going with the Thief Stone for. Because why not? Literally can go whatever the heck you want. I'm going with a little bit more, focusing a little bit with the quote-unquote math to end game, however not using meta sets, so yeah, screw me better. And now that we're the characters out of the way, we are going to cover the good old, let's go skills first, yeah. Skills. On the front bar, we are going with Detonating Siphon, giving a pool of disease damage. We are going with Venom Skull, which is going to deal poison damage. We are going with the Exploding Skeleton, because we are going with that theme. Skeletal Archer, because we want another skeleton to shoot arrows at our enemies. You can go with the Magical version if you see it more to your style, however this version is going to be stamina, so yeah. And for the fifth skill, we're using Camouflaged Hunter for being slotted, getting Major Savagery and Prophecy, increasing our weapon and spell critical rating by 2629. We also get Minor Berserk for 5 seconds after dealing critical damage from a enemy's back. For the ultimate, we are going with Animate Blast Bones, considering the theme is going to be around dead people, or rather undead people, dead people. You're gonna get the feel in a second. We're going with this morph that summons 3 Blast Bones. Sure, you can go, if you want to go with Bone Goliath or the Frozen Colossus or Pestilent Colossus, it's up to you. However, I will limit myself with going the 3 Exploding Blast Bones. For the back bar, we are going with a Spirit Guardian, because we are using the souls of the dead and collecting their wrathful souls with another set. We're also collecting the gravestones, so we're gonna get a lot of killing people, or rather resources from killing people. We're using a Unnerving Boneyard to... It's a good skill to use because of the Major Breach and reducing physical and spell resistance of the enemy, and it also consumes a corpse on being casted. So yeah. We are also going with the Carve skill from the two-handed skill line, considering this one's dealing bleed damage and giving us a shield. So this is there's no reason for us to use this or not to use it, it's just a good skill. If you don't want this one, want to go a little bit more necromantic without using a single weapon skill, I guess, you could go with the Bone Totem or Grave Grasp for a little bit of fun. You can go with Restoring Tether for a little bit more laser themed, however that one's in a plan, I will call it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's already covered though on a Necromancer, like using this one, and then we're going with this one, and then using the Zahn with a Vatshran front bar destruction stuff and a back bar restoration stuff. I think, yeah, that's the Beam Boy. Anyways, where was I? Necrotic potency. Sap the lingering life from flesh. We're basically collecting the siphon, or basically the souls of the dead, whatever's left. We're really all around collecting dead people, dead stuff. Yeah, draining. And for the last skill we're going with Rally for 2 reasons. We're getting heals and we're getting Major Brutality and Sorcerer. This skill is literally enough for us to heal, because we're also using the Sithis monster set. If you don't have the monster set of, not monster, mythic, sorry. If you don't have that one, go whatever the heck you want. You can go Mighty Children, you can go whatever. However, we're gonna go with Rally on this one for the Major Brutality and Sorcery to deal more damage and healing. And for the ultimate, again, we're going with Animate Blast Bones. If you don't like the two-handed or the dual-wielding options, I went with those because I don't know, I just like those. You could go with the bow one, you can go with the one-handed and shield one, you can go with the destruction or restoration stuff, just go whatever the heck you want. It's a role-playing build. We're also going with the medium armor, so yeah. Anyways, oh yeah, you can also slot in, I think, trapping webs if you want to go a little bit more nature focused. However, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. Anyways, for the gear, we're gonna go with the Gaze of Sithis. We cannot block, we do not block, and we do not want to block. Gives us health recovery, and gives us armor, so we're kind of really hard to kill, especially when we drink potions, considering the Argonians have quite interesting passives. We have the swimming speed, sure, why not. Healing done, don't care about that. We're getting health and disease and poison resistance, which is really nice. And then we're getting the resourceful one. When we drink potions, we get a lot of resources back. And we're gonna go with a... how do we say this without sounding... yeah, we're gonna, you know, go way too much resources on this one. However, we don't care, it's a role-playing build. Vengeance Leech. We went with jewelry on this one. Every time we kill an enemy, we heal for a X amount of health and get magicka and stamina back. I went with the bloodthirsty because I'm on PTS and I can. However, it's usually dropped in robust, which is stamina, and it's quite nice. The 2-piece gives us health, 3-piece gives us those resources. It's basically a really poor man's Vicious Ophidian or False God from Sunspire. It's a nice set. Definitely. Now, Gravestake, the name of the build. Whenever we kill a enemy we recently damaged, it drops a Gravestake for 6 seconds, which we can touch and restore stamina and magicka. This side of the build we're going with a quote-unquote rest in peace type of, you know, gear side, because we're going with the 2-handed and the 3 pieces armor. Pardon me. The second one, we are going with Sulksan's Torment. When an enemy you recently damaged dies, they leave behind a vengeful soul for 6 seconds. And yeah, this one's the Gravestake, basically a rest in peace. This one is that you will not rest in peace. And touching it increases your critical chance and critical damage by 12% and 2,000 when it comes to chance for 30 seconds. Which is a lot. It doesn't have a cooldown as much as I can see, so yeah. Yeah, we only need this one every 30 seconds, so we're good to go. When it comes to the effects, yeah, do we have any alternatives before we go with the effects? We have, the only alternative I can go with is Dead Water. If you don't want to go with the Mythic, you want to just go, you know, 2 raw sets, you can go Dead Water. Definitely, every time you kill an enemy, you gain Ultimate. You can go Vicious Ophidian, which gives, which is a trial set, gives a stamina and stamina reduction. You can go False God if you're a Magicka one. And worst case scenario, if you want to go with something, I don't know, more poisonous, you want to go with Swamp Raider. It's technically Argonian related, however, I'm going with this Gravestake thematics. So yeah. As for the visual aspect, the Gravestake set basically, we need an enemy. Where is the enemies? I need an enemy. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Weird. Usually in the swamp I'm being attacked every 5 seconds. Yeah, 1 monster is too much. I mean, it's not too much, we can kill it, but it's gotta be slow. But I guess not as... oh yeah, here's a crocodile. Let's just easily kill it. So the grave stake drops. Yeah, that's the grave stake. We're gonna collect it. We get resources back. When it comes to the other set, when we switch bars, we're basically choosing whether the enemy is gonna rest in peace or not. Oh yeah, another alternative you can slot on if you want to is basically Soul Trap. Just putting it out there, but I like the Spirit Guardian more. We need another gator, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess the mosquito will do. Yeah, mosquitoes will not rest in peace. And this one will give us a basically a vengeful soul. Yeah. And that's it, basically. That's the whole inspiration. I just wanted to make a build where you can do both Vengeful Soul and a Grave Stake. You can combine those two. So I wanted to slot in also Vengeance Leech because I really like the set. So yeah, I wanted to combine all of it into one. But as I said, you can play around. It's your build. Do whatever the heck you want. For fashion, Bog Blight Funeral Mask. We're basically going with the zombie skin, zombie personality, because these enemies are usually found in Murkmire. The whole build is inspired by the said enemies. Everything else, literally Elder Argonian. For the dice I'm using Fire Drake for the red ones, it really goes well with... basically I tried to color the whole armor to match the mask, so yeah. Fire Drake for the red, which I found that fits really nicely with this pot. I'm going with Corporal Green for the green part of the mask, and then I went with Nexophilic for the metallic little pieces, because, you know, why not? You can go whatever you want. For the weapons I went with Mighty Chuden, hence the intriguing glow. I like the glow considering my pet and the mount I'm using. And for the back bar is also Mighty Chuden. Yeah, the mount is basically sap and thingy. However, if you want to go with a undead horse, you can go with an undead horse or whatever literally you have. If you have a zombie horse or whatever, just play around and see what's your fit. However, I find the horse lizard is so ugly that I like it for some reason. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I think that is it. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, the CP. I missed the CP. I apologize for that. Fighting Finesse, Wrathful Strikes, Deadly Aim, Master at Arms. Green Tree, we're gonna run, we're gonna drink, we're gonna eat, we're gonna mount. And for the Red Tree, we need health. Every time we kill an enemy, we get Magicka back. Every time we kill an enemy, we get Stamina back. Every time we kill an enemy, we get speed. That's it. The whole build was inspired by the Grave Stake, so yeah. Let's get one more. Thanks for the stake and for the speed. We cannot run out of resources on this build, quite literally. And metaphorically, but mostly literally. Because the moment we kill it, we're going from 50% stamina to boom, maximum, so easily. So yeah, collecting souls, collecting grave stakes, collecting wrathful souls, everything that's left from the body. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next Halloween themed. I guess this is Halloween themed. Yeah, you could call it Halloween themed. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.